the honest thing of it is video production, videography is such a saturated market now. Like there's so many talented filmmakers and it's so much easier now to get your hands on the gear and to make beautiful things. There's so much inspiration. So there's so much competition. So you can't just be good anymore. The people who are going to succeed in this industry are the ones that
Hey folks, welcome to One Thing That Worked. Today my guest is Christian Harris, who is a founder and creative director of Aqueous Films. Christian, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Man, tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah, so Aqueous Films was established in 2014. This was right after I graduated college. I say we, but it's just me. I'm a solo entrepreneur, so I own the company on my own, and we're a contractor-based business. So we hire out for jobs, whether that's editing or production, pre-production. So it's really job-based. So we're pretty flexible in that way. So we've been around. This is our 12th year, and we focus on documentary style commercials for small businesses. International companies, all kinds of different types of nonprofits and different brands.
Yeah, and I see on your website that you're an award-winning video agency, and nothing to be shy about, Christian. And I see you have a really big names in your customers list. So let me proceed to asking the focal question of this show. What was the one thing, what decision, idea, move that significantly boosted your business?
Yeah, could I answer that in two parts?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, the first thing when we first started, like you said, we have worked with some pretty big brands throughout the existence of Aqueous Films. That didn't happen up front. We were working with really small businesses and like really small brands for really low prices at the beginning. So my first answer to that is like, you really have to put in the time and the effort to build a portfolio that is respectable. Because big brands aren't going to look at you if you're just doing, small products, small projects that are low quality. So we, throughout 4 to 5 years, we built a really strong portfolio through spec projects and small businesses that trusted us. And eventually we got a couple big jobs, and then it just kind of snowballs from there. And, the main point to take from that for me was it's just being patient and like putting in the work and constantly pushing forward. Eventually you'll get that one big break. And, for me, my big break was working actually with a PBS who was looking for somebody to do like this 20-part miniseries on artists in Florida.
Wow.
And I actually got
documentary
the job asked to me. Yeah, documentary, which is what I got into this for. And so it was like a dream gig for me, and it was a good paying gig. And they had seen something I had done for free, and someone had referred me, and I showed them something I had done for free, this spec project that I did on my own time, and they loved it. And that was the reason they hired me. And so I was able to do this like huge series for them and really prove myself to, other people who were looking at my work. And, if I hadn't done that spec project, on my own time, I don't think I would have got that job because I didn't have any paid work that was worth me getting anything at that level. So, that's another piece of advice I give is just do good work. Go out and do it, whether that's for free or on your own time. Do good work so you can show, clients that work. You don't need to get paid for it. You need to show that you're talented.
Yeah. And the other part, or was it the second one?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. So another crucial part to me, and I had to learn this the hard way. We actually were based in Orlando. We work nationwide and all throughout Florida. We've even done international shoots. But we our base was Orlando for 10 years, and we just moved to West Palm. And, I had such a strong network in Orlando, and to pick everything up and move to South Florida, which is a really competitive market. Like we're 30 minutes from Miami, which is like we have some of the, like the biggest production companies in Florida down there. So, I was moving to a completely new place. And one of the things that I had to find out the hard way is I couldn't just rest on my laurels and continue to think that I was just going to get this work coming to me like it was in Orlando, where I was just like, that's because, with Google and SEO and stuff, like everything changes. So you're essentially a new company down south. So I had to really start thinking about my company in a more of like a business sense, where it's like I had to network and prospect and reach out and do sales, which was like, I didn't have to do that in Orlando because I had such a strong network, and people were just coming to me, and people were finding me on Google. And it was like, it was just coming in. It was so easy in Orlando. And I moved, and all of a sudden it's like, I almost felt like I was starting over. So I really had to put a lot of time into going to networking events, meeting people in the area, cold reaching out to companies for need of video. And it taught me the lesson that like you can be 10 years in and think that you've solved it and that you're successful, and a move or a change can, you have to adapt to that. Like you can't just sit and be like, everything's going to still come to me. So I almost was like, it was a lesson in business for me, to where I had to learn that it's not just going to come to you. Like you really still have to go work for it. Even if you're 10 years in and you've put all this work in, you have this beautiful portfolio, no one really cares. Like if no one knows who you are, you're not going to get any work. So we came here 2 years ago. We finally like kind of feel like we've established ourselves here. We're getting a lot more work down here. And now it's like we've expanded to the point where we have those Orlando clients and our South Florida clients. Wow. And it seems to have like built on itself. But that wouldn't have happened if I didn't put in the work and the effort to network here and reach out to people. And it's been a lesson I had to learn, the hard way through. It's a business lesson.
And it's sad to hear this, because you would think that, when you have 10 years in the business, you don't have to do a lot of cold calls or outreach, right? So go to market and business development is still super, super important, right? Do you think we should always be in the position to get back into this driver's seat and this explorer seat where as founders? Do you think we can ever relax? Or there always going to be something new and something where we'll have to go and find the clients again and do this one more time?
Listen, yeah, that's a great question. Honestly, this market is the honest thing of it is video production, videography is such a saturated market now. Like there's so many talented filmmakers, and it's so much easier now to get your hands on the gear and to make beautiful things. There's so much inspiration, like Instagram is filled with talented filmmakers who are doing new things and trying new things. And, even to compare to where I was when I started, it was easier, but now it's like a lot of people can do it. So there's so much competition. So you can't just be good anymore. You have to be, it's so much more, on you to be good at marketing and business and sales. Like that's such an important aspect of it now. And I just learned that. This wasn't something I knew from the start. Like this is something I had to realize coming in these past 3 years, was that, the people who are going to succeed in this industry are the ones that, are doing better on the business side, not so much the ones who are doing better on the artist side. And, I think you have to constantly challenge yourself, and the industry's changing every year. So you're constantly having to shift. Like a big shift that we've seen lately is like a lot of companies are really a lot more into like the personal branding than the like big company style. Like if you can be front facing and people know who you are, and you have like a strong personal brand on social media and even on your website, to where like you are showing your face, which to me was like so crazy because I am not used to being on camera. I really don't like it, but I knew that it's changing and people love to see a person now rather than a company. So I've kind of mixed those two things. I'm starting to do a lot more like personal marketing and marketing videos for my company to put myself out there and show people who I am as a person and as the director of the company. So yeah, you're constantly having to shift. Right? Like, it's like anything. If you don't change with the times, you're going to get left behind. So
yeah, I had Chris Doe on my Be Yourself podcast, and Chris called himself a loud introvert. You know Chris, right? We all know
yeah,
Chris Doe, and he
yeah,
said that personal branding in 2026, you have three pillars, three main things to follow. First of all, you have to have the courage to be disliked, right? Go against the grain. Put yourself out there. If you're not comfortable on camera, people might hate on you in the beginning. Secondly, you gotta have still high standards for the product, because the things that we create, the main thing that people associate with quality is aesthetics, is the beauty of the thing that they see. Therefore, just what you said about the portfolio, you really can't go. You can only go so far without like a portfolio, right? That is really like a candy. It's amazing. So sometimes, I think you hire people as well as I do. Some people send their portfolios and you see 1, 2, 3 videos that are cool, and the fourth video is awful. So you don't want, so that you gotta be really on point with everything that you put out on your portfolio. Yeah, and I forgot what was the third thing. Yeah, but these are things that, according to Chris, will help all of us who are behind the cameras, right? We gotta go and be more public, I think, right?
yeah. And two things on that. To the first pillar he mentioned, it's such an odd thing because when you first start putting yourself in front of camera, you're right. Like, you're so scared of like, what are people going to think? Like, it's a lot of people are like, oh, why does he want to, he's so self-involved. Why does he want to be the face of, but like, if you're in the industry, that like, this is necessary. Like, this is how marketing is done now. It's not like, hey, here's my demo reel and that's it. Like, if you want to stand out, like, there's a personal part of that helps you so much. And when you start, there's a little bit of a concern. I mean, I agree with Chris. Like, I'm a loud introvert, I guess, too, where it's like, I do not want to be I don't want to have a personal brand. I don't want to be in front of the camera, but like, this is a business decision, not like a decision based in vanity where I want to like show my face and stuff. It's really just, I don't think I'm necessarily great on camera, but it's like a necessity for me where I need to start doing that more because that's how the industry is changing. And then to the second point about putting only your best work out, that's a constant fight that I'm having where, I'll put like on my website, I'll have like, I think I have right now like 16 of my best videos, but we've done like, I don't know how much, honestly, much work we've put out, but I mean, that's like probably hundreds of videos left on the floor that people maybe have never even seen. So like, you're constantly trying to figure out like, what videos do I want to show? Because I only want to show my best work. What videos do you need to show? Because you need to show that you work in that niche. Like, hey, I can do conference videos. It might not be my best video to show, but here's proof that I can do it. So, again, it all comes down to like, you have to have really good work and you have to have a voice and you have to have taste. I think that's the big thing. Like, good taste is probably what sets you apart a lot nowadays. But it's also, you have to mix that with business decisions. Like, well, I need to show maybe this video might not be my best, but if it's a conference video and someone's looking for a conference, I need to show proof that I can do that. So it's a mix. And I just can't emphasize enough how many people out there now, like you see on social media, there's just so many talented filmmakers out there now who are doing such good work. And you're like bombarded with this like work and you're just like constantly challenging yourself to be like, I need to be better because there's people who are better than me. And like, I'm 35 and I see like 22-year-olds putting out stuff and I'm like, how are you doing this? This is like so good. Like, you were 20 times better than I was at your age. So yeah, you have to have some sort of like competitive fire in you to be like, I need to get better because like I'm seeing kids do better work than me. So you have to have that competitive fire and you have to, challenge yourself to the point where you have to almost be angry with yourself if you're not putting out great work. So that's my view on it. It's
Yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely. So as we're wrapping up, what type of customers you're interested in? If you even have the bandwidth right now, and how can people connect with you?
Yeah, so we work with all kinds of industries and niches throughout, so we do a lot of different work, but we definitely thrive in like the nonprofit space because our videos, our storytelling is really emotion based. We like to tell like emotionally moving things. That's why I want to do this in the beginning. I love making people cry and feel something that moves them to do something. So nonprofit video was really, that's the whole purpose of that. The ethos of nonprofit video is to move someone to the point where they will donate to your campaign or to your fundraiser or to your nonprofit to further it and to keep it going. So we really thrive in that space. So nonprofits, I think, tend to have a really good experience with us, and it's a really good partnership. But we do everything. We do brand commercials, corporate conferences, all kinds of stuff. And then, if you're looking to connect with me, my company name is Aqueous Films. So the website would be aqueousfilms.com, and pretty much look up Aqueous Films on any social media platform, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and we're there. And again, like we work with people all across the country. We potentially might be doing a farming documentary in Kansas in October. So we're open to working with anybody and that wants to tell a moving, emotional story. So, yep.
Awesome, Christian. It was great talking to you, man. Thank you.
It was great talking to you, man. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.